Hey, hey, happy today, happy today. Look, the sun is shining. Anyway, I got on here because I don't think I fully explained what we're going to do when we capture your internal lines. I talked about Daria making internal lines, and then we would place she could take the measurements and then text annotation onto her pattern, the measurement, so then that at By Sheryl Lynn, I could, or we at By Sheryl Lynn could make her patterns that she made in the student version into the professional version, because the student version cannot be open in the professional version. So I am going to do Hey, I needed to finish up um, showing how we are going to, I have to share my screen, huh? How we're going to, hey family, I just want your attention for a few minutes here. So my student and I, we needed to see some measurements from some garments that she made in the student version, because in the professional version, I cannot open up the student version. So what we needed to do was just take some measurements of her garment. So we were going to measure the internal lines, but we never did finish out that lesson. So here it is for everybody to enjoy. So let's minimize this here. We minimize this. Minimize this. Okay. And let's open up our Tuca and let's pull the legging. I had that open earlier. There it is. Okay, so you want to make sure all the areas that you want to measure the internal lines, that you have the internal lines there. So I see I'm missing on this back, I'm missing the internal line here for the hip. So let's go ahead and add an internal line to the hip. Just going to use these grade points that are already here, already established. And I'm going to select tool to clear our function. And then we're going to double click on the internal line that's at the hip. And this one is the back. And so we're going to name this hip. And we have to just take a look at the chart here, because this hip is 2 in the bundle on the front and it's 2 in the bundle on the back. And so we want to make sure that in order for this to measure it all the way around, we got to say both, okay? We got to say both, and we're going to apply that. We're going to apply that. And then we're going to double click on the internal line. What happened? Did I say apply? Didn't I say apply? So now we're going to double click on the internal line at the hip that's on the front, and we're going to name it. We're not going to name it front hip. We're still going to name it hip, H-I-P. So anything that's named the same will measure, will combine the measurements, will add up the measurements, okay? So this one, we have to make sure we say both, and we're going to apply that. And okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look. Go to report and measurements. And then here we have hip, we have a front, and we have a back, and we have the measurements here, and we see the quantity in the bundle. And so when you add up, I have a calculator here, but the computer really already did it for us. When you add up 8.479 plus 9.531, you add that up and times 2, because this is the entire body, I get 36.02. And that is what the total of the hip is over here. So now where we have to be concerned is, let's close this, where we have to be concerned on our mid-thigh, our knee, and our calf. Even though they're cut 2 in the bundle, the pattern pieces, there's one leg, right? One leg on each side of the body. So we have a right leg and a left leg. And so we don't need to measure two backs and two fronts. We need one front and one back, right? So we're going to double click on the mid thigh and we're going to name it mid thigh. And here, instead of having this regular both, we're going to put it just on the, just say the left side. I'm just going to measure one side and we're going to apply that. Okay, let's do the same thing. Double click on the mid thigh on the front, name it mid thigh. And again, it needs to be just only on one side. We're going to apply that. So let's go ahead. Let's okay it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chart again. So report measurements. Now we don't have to stop each time and go to the report. We could complete our knee and our calf, but I just want us to see the difference in how this is measuring. So mid thigh, we have a front and a back, and over here it says quantity 1 and 1. Okay, so then the mid thigh measurement is 18.625. All right, so let's close this and let's go ahead and just continue out the rest of the way. So we're going to double click on the we're on the back. We've been starting with the back. We're going to double click, and this is our knee. And we're going to make sure it's the left side only. Apply. And we're going to go to the front, double click, knee. Make sure that's on the left side only. Apply it. And then let's continue. We're going to go to the calf, double click on the calf. And again, left side only. Apply it. The calf of the front. Name it. You have to name it. Calf. Have to be named the same. Left side only. Apply. Okay. Now we're going to go to the chart. It's report, measurements, and then we have our, oh look, change this to be in alphabetical order, huh? Because we started with the hip, then the mid thigh, then the knee, then the calf. So it looks like it's got this in alphabetical order here. But you probably can change that somewhere too. Anyway, so this is what my student and I, we were trying to measure the internal lines. We wanted to see it on the screen because she doesn't have Excel on her computer. We were just taking screenshots. So you can just get a snipping tool or whatever type of screenshot you have. And there you have it. So whatever style number it was, you would make yourself a little note somewhere. Or if you, I'm going to just minimize this. If you have Excel on your computer, you just go ahead and you can run this report. You can just go to Excel and launch Excel and go from there and print it out. Okay. All right. Great day, everybody. Great day.